stand, one shall fall.
Show me how you want it to be. Yeah, tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Give me, baby, one more time.
Despicable Me 4. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Despicable Me 4, the most recent summer anime movie to come out by the time of recording this. But before we begin, all I need to mention is that this is a spoiler-free review, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, then don't worry, we're not going to talk spoilers. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that I was not planning on watching Despicable Me 4, so I was planning on watching it, but yet not this soon. I still haven't seen Inside Out 2, even though it's already made $1 billion. My intent yesterday was to watch Inside Out 2, but a ton of inconveniences happened, and I could not get to there like 30 minutes after the schedule, and I missed all the screenings for Inside Out 2, but there was still a really late one for Despicable Me 4, so I figured why not, I'm already here, so oh well. But I was actually excited to go into Despicable Me 4 because I'm actually a Despicable Me fan. I haven't shown it on the channel so far, but I actually do really like those movies. I saw Despicable Me 3, the original Minions movie, and Minions The Rise of Gru. So yeah, the more recent ones. And I really do like the franchise, so I was excited for a fourth installment. Although in this case, I did enter with some concerns. My first concern was that, judging by the trailers, the movie felt a bit disjointed. Like there were so many different side plots that the trailer gave. Not even the trailers knew where to show the attention to the story. Like their poster that had Gru with his new baby son, Gru Jr. Then there were others that had these new Mega Minions, etc. It really felt like the posters were not really sure what to focus on. And again, no spoilers, but if you pay attention to the trailer, you'll notice it. But the movie doesn't really have that clear direction on what it wants to do. Again, no, I don't want to get into spoilers. All I'm going to say is that if you pay attention to the trailers, you'll notice that the movie looks like it has so much stuff going on. And believe me, that happens throughout the movie. The movie has so much stuff going on where time flies, but yet you kind of don't know what the main plot is. Like, the movie has so many different ideas, but yet it's not really sure how to connect them all. Again, from the trailers. I want to talk about the villain as well. Maxime Lemal, played by Will Ferrell, which automatically I liked Will Ferrell. But when it came to the character, no spoilers again, but he's probably the weakest villain that the Despicable Me films have had so far, including the Minion movies. He isn't even in it for much. Again, the trailers barely show him because there's not really much to show. And I think he's the weakest villain so far, but I don't think he's going to stir up as much discussion as the Chameleon from Kung Fu Panda 4 did, where there were like entire video essays on why the Chameleon was weak. In this case, I just think he was still funny, but I definitely think Despicable Me has had better villains. But when it came to our main characters, of course, Gru, Lucy, the girls, I was concerned before getting into the movie, and it's that the Despicable Me franchise has, of course, shifted its attention a lot more to the Minions. It makes sense. They're the ones that make the $1 billion. But yet, it really felt like the Despicable Me movies were having this struggle where they had to divide the movie into two parts, one being Gru and the family, and the other being the Minions. And the Minions would take up a lot of screen time, especially with their own movies. But thankfully, in this case, the movie focused a lot more on Gru, which I'm very thankful for. I have nothing against the Minions, but I was concerned with these new Mega Minions. They were going to take up a lot more screen time. In fact, I also want to talk about the Mega Minions. Some people felt they weren't necessary, but I honestly thought they were kind of fun. The animators definitely had fun when it came to these Minions with superpowers and their X-Men style team-up. It was fun, and they actually don't take up that much of screen time, so they're kind of in there just for show, but don't worry, if you were not a huge fan of them, they're not in it for that long. But the story itself, from the trailers, it shifts a lot of its attention. It goes from the story being about this bad guy called Maxime Lemal who wants to take revenge on Gru, and the family has to go into hiding. Then it changes subject to Gru and the family having to get new identities and create new life. But it also has this other side plot of the Mega Minions. And the movie just goes all over the place when it comes to all these stories. You're probably thinking not really having that much coherence in what I'm saying, but because the movie itself doesn't have much coherence, there's not really for me any way to specifically say topic by topic. Because the movie does so much, it has so many different ideas, fun ideas, but yet doesn't really know how to structure them in one story, so it kind of just does one thing, then goes to the other, then the other. A lot of stuff happens, but yet you're at the end you're kind of confused on what was the plot specifically, what were we trying to accomplish, what was the focus. The movie is sort of missing that focus. Before getting into the movie, I also noticed that a lot of mixed to negative reviews came saying it was bad. The classic, I watched this movie so you don't have to kind of titles, saying that it was mediocre, that it was the worst in the movie, of the franchise, and that it's going to start at the beginning of the end for Despicable Me. And after coming to the theater, I was like, is Despicable Me 4 really the story of the end? Is it really the upcoming downfall of Despicable Me? Honestly, I don't think so. Like, the movie's kind of disjointed on what it wants to do, but yeah, I also don't think it's bad. I don't think it's garbage. I don't think it's the beginning of the end. I don't think Despicable Me is a franchise and downfall or anything like that. I just hope that Illumination can have a bit more coherence in what they want to do. With Despicable Me and Minions in general, I really hope that they're able to sort of shift focus and keep attention on one, at most two storylines, because the movie has so much stuff going on. There's some side plots that they kind of just end there. There are other plots that you forget about until the end of the movie. Again, the movie tries to do so much, and I will give it this. It's the most ambitious Despicable Me movie so far, but not ambitious like it's trying big. Ambitious that has so many different ideas that it's trying to do a lot of stuff at once. So I guess if you're interested in that, then it's a fun movie. So would I recommend Despicable Me 4? If you're a fan of the Despicable Me franchise and you just kind of want to go out and have a fun time, I'd say yeah, it's a fun family movie. Although I realized that the theater was not laughing as much as other times, although again, I did enter the last screening of the day, which was like, 9:40 p.m., so yeah, the theater was pretty empty. And so far, the box office, Despicable Me 4 is doing pretty well. I believe it's already over $200 million. It's only been like 2 weeks since it came out. So it's pretty much going to be a smash hit. I really hope to go watch Inside Out 2 soon. But so far with Despicable Me 4, I think it's fun. It's a fun summer movie. But I just suggest don't go with your expectations high. If you think you just want to go and have some fun, then great. But if you want something a bit more complex, then Despicable Me 4 is definitely not it. It's not bad. I don't think it's a franchise downfall. I don't think it's awful. I do think it's the weaker ones out of the Despicable Me movies. But I'm not saying it's bad. It's still fun. The characters are still enjoyable. There's these new characters, which again, in the trailers, such as this teenage girl called Poppy. She's a lot of fun. Again, it's a good movie. It's a fun movie. But yet, it's not really all that complicated of a movie. It's a movie where you just enter to just have some fun. Don't really think much about it. Just have some fun. It's a fun movie. I'm going to give it that. I'm not going to say it's mediocre. I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm just going to say it's fun, but it's a bit all over the place. And I really want this to feel like I'm talking as a fan of Despicable Me, because I really am. I don't want to come across as being really critical, because I'm not. Believe me, I'm no Oscar-giving critic. I just want to go to the movies to have some fun, and that's what I got with Despicable Me 4. But that's going to be pretty much it here. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments what you thought about Despicable Me 4, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully the next movie review we get here is Inside Out 2. Thanks for watching.